This is perhaps my 500th iteration of banana bread. I'm still looking for the best one, and this might actually be the best one. I've done quite a few recipes, both on YouTube and not on YouTube, because I always end up with bananas, and I like banana bread, and people seem to like it. So I'm looking for the recipe which comes out the best. My favorite banana bread recipe has always been from Laurel's Kitchen. So this is based on Laurel's Kitchen, though at this point I've made so many changes to the Laurel's Kitchen recipe that it's not recognizable anymore. I'm sure Laurel would not even recognize it. But I want to give tribute to the person who started it all. So this one is a little different because instead of using 2 cups of flour, I use a cup of flour and a cup of oatmeal, and it is just delicious and very moist. What I like to do is put all the dry ingredients in here. It has a lid, and then I do the wet ingredients, which is the margarine and the bananas together. Then I add this to it. So I'm going to I'll just start here. So a cup of oatmeal, any type of oatmeal. I think this is, I don't think it's that traditional, but it might be quick oats. It doesn't even matter. So I'm going to put a cup of that, half a cup of white flour, all purpose, half a cup of brown flour, wheat flour, a third of a cup of brown sugar, and in here there's half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of baking powder, and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. I'm going to dump that in, and I'm going to close it up and come back to it tomorrow, where I'll give it a good stir and add it to the rest of the ingredients in the mixer. All right, so it's the next day, ready to finish up the baking. I put in half a cup of butter, or 1 cube. I also have these bananas. This is the equivalent of 3 bananas I'm going to throw in there. They look terrible, but they're fine. They were in the freezer. When I get bananas and they're starting to go, I divide them up into packages of 3, then they're ready to go for banana bread. They're all in the mixer, and I'm going to start them going round and round. Because the margarine was so soft, it mixed up real well, and now I'm going to start putting the dry ingredients in really, really slowly as this is going. The dry ingredients are already all mixed up, so let's start pouring them into the mixer while it's on. There it is, it's all done. I was going to pour it in, but I couldn't hold the ingredients and the camera at the same time, so I used a spoon, and actually that worked out better. There was way less spillage. Well, I took about a third of the batter out and mixed some cranberries in there. Cranberries with pecans is really good, but I don't put any nuts and things I bake up here, and I will tell you why at the end of the video. The other 2/3 of the batter have chocolate chips in it, and I'm going to put all of this into the 3 baking dishes I have. I have the oven set for 375. Here they are, ready to go in the oven. You can leave them plain on top, but I always like to put a little bit of turbinado sugar. And here they are, all done. Cranberry on the left and the 2 chocolate chips on the right. I always make a little muffin to make sure everything's okay inside, and it's perfectly baked. I don't know if you can see, that's just delicious. So this is definitely a solution if you want banana bread and you have extra oatmeal. Of course, this works fine without oatmeal, but I always tend to have a lot of oatmeal. So here's the story with the nut situation. I previously lived in one of the wealthiest communities in California and possibly in the country. And then 5 years ago, I moved up here to one of the poorest communities in California. One thing I've learned about living in low-income areas is that people do not have the same access to health care, and especially dental care. So many of the people I bring cookies to, I'd say most of them do not have teeth or do not have good teeth. So nuts are out. I'm not going to bake something for somebody that they can't enjoy. So that's why I do not use nuts anymore in things I bake up here. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy making banana bread this new way. Thank you so much for watching.